Good morning, good morning. We're on the way to Mass. Good morning to you and you and you and them. So we wanted to make just a nice compilation of the few churches that we have visited so far. So this here is the church in Siem Reap, St. Joseph's. This is where we go nearly every Sunday. You'll notice they don't have pews. At all the churches in the country, they sit on the floor, and they have those nice mats. The attendance is great. I have an app that translates in the moment if I hold the camera up, so we can read along to some of it. You'll see instead of pews, they have those mats. And then at the end of communion, all the kids come up for a blessing, and then anybody who isn't Catholic. They actually have a large amount of attendees every Sunday who are not Catholic, who are Buddhist, but are on their way or are discerning. We've taken to after church helping put away the chairs, if you will. For one of the celebrations, they got to help with the flower arrangements, which was really fun to get to be a part of. And one of the interesting things was, those were the arrangements they came up with. And then when Sunday came, they had changed the ball because they were more Western looking and not Khmer looking. So the Cambodians preferred it a different way, but they got to help. This is Father Totet and his dog, and this dog attends Mass religiously every Sunday. He follows them in during the processional, and he follows them out during the recessional, and during Mass he sort of wanders around looking for love. This is the baptismal font out front. The Sisters of Charity actually have a base here. It's Raya, and a girl who lives at the church actually. She's always around, she's filled with joy and hugs. This is out in a small village. We stayed there one night in very rustic conditions, and it was a very basic and beautiful, simple church. Those are some of the places that the priests and visitors can live. While we were staying in that little town, we got to go into the village and watch the final vows of two young girls from the village taking their final vows. And it was beautiful. It was a very rare thing for one, let alone two from the same village to be making their vows. And so it was a huge celebration. The new bishop came, people from all over the diocese came, as you can see, priests from all over. There's Father Will. And it was massive. They had a huge meal. It went for a good 3 or 4 hours. They had traditional dancing beforehand, which was beautiful. There they are. Those are the two taking their final vows. And then we got to go down to this church in the capital city, Phnom Penh. We got to spend time there and have a prayer service with Father Will. Got to sing some songs. It's wonderful. It was a wonderfully quaint little chapel we got to go in, and this is the main sanctuary. That's the room that we got to pray in. That is where the Sisters of Charity from Mother Teresa's order have their base in Siem Reap, the town that we live in. So Jason was able to go there and have an hour of adoration and pray the rosary with them. Quite beautiful what they do. They work with children under 4 who have been abandoned, and they raise them up to their 4 and find places for them to live. So Jason got to be near them as well for one of their prayer times. This is the church out in Ta'am, which is the village about 68 kilometers away. Raya has gone out there to do language, so she goes there every other weekend. It's also the church, if you see above the doorway there, the church was in complete disarray, but there are bullet holes from when they were strafed during the war. And when they rebuilt the church and renovated it, they decided to keep that panel and not renovate it, to remember, to keep that memory of what they've gone through. These are some of the children that Raya got to work with when she was out there. A lot of the houses and villages will be up off the ground like that. The church was only officially finished being renovated just 2 months ago. That is Father Glenn Diaz, and he is a new priest at that church. He's been in Cambodia since 2019. They also got to go pray with an elderly woman, Ye Tan, who we actually got to minister a bunch. Jason got to go out and medically minister too. She had gotten an infection in her foot. She was 91 years old, and up until the infection was very, very active in the church. And those are the churches that have been a part of our lives so far in Cambodia.